dog. She has like a love interest. She sees a corpse of someone we've never met before and goes, "Oh no, not Seb," or whoever the fuck it was.
She still did immoral things, though. She still did immoral things. It wasn't entirely like she was
right,
as
but
a
the way
saint.
that's right. But the way that they try to convince you to like her is cheap emotional manipulation, not genuine growth. All of her introductory scenes are, look how hard her life is, look how bad it is, instead of actually growing and feeling that for the character like we did with Joel and Ellie in the first game.
Well, the experiences of Ellie throughout the first game were also extremely harsh.
But we grew with that over time. Ellie didn't just show up and go, "My life sucks. My parents are fucking dead." Joel,
how about
know
this
how
analogy?
hard it is to be me.
What if Ellie showed up at the very beginning and killed Sarah?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
What if Ellie just showed up and she killed Joel's daughter at the very beginning, and then the rest of the game was about trying to make you like
how to
Ellie?
engage with that.
No.
I don't
So
even know
Jackson,
how to engage with that. That's not even a point.
How would you feel if the first game, the first introduction you saw of Ellie was she was like stabbing a puppy in the neck and went, "Hi, I'm Ellie. You're supposed to transport me." It'd be kind of hard to like her.
But no, it was hard to like her. That's the point of the second. That's the point of Abby. That's why they showed you
It
her
didn't
killing
need
Joel
to be
first.
though.
Of
Like,
course they.
It didn't have to.
Of
But
course
you
they
don't
knew
want to
that
forgive
it was going
someone
to be
stabbing
hard
a
for you to
puppy.
like her.
Well,
Yeah, you're not meant to.
Well, then it's
Why
poorly
would I
done.
forgive her for
Then why am I
stabbing
gonna-
Joel then?
Why am I spending 11
Why?
hours playing through someone that I don't like? If the point isn't to grow and like understand
the
them.
goal is to. The goal is to understand this flawed character both ways. You're meant to understand. You're meant to learn and grow and discover more about these two characters on their different paths, and understand the intricacies of them. And over time, maybe you can make the choice which one you like, or which one you don't like, or which one you resonate most closely with.
Okay,
But
It's
so
not about, you don't have to like every
But
single
with-
character.
No,
but
do.
you should like the character you're spending 11 hours playing.
Why?
What do you mean? Okay, Jackson, let's take a Star Wars game. You're only allowed to play as Rey. Like,
Well, if she had depth, that's fine. If she had some
Abby doesn't
intricacy
have
to
depth
her,
for the first 11
She
fucking
does.
hours. You go through
She
a long
does.
series
Disagree.
of depth after not having anything besides her killing Joel.
yeah, so all characters start off with no depth. You expand on it. You grow.
But
over the
what do
11
you
hours.
mean? Except here, you start off with her killing a character you love. So it's a lot less than zero. It's negative. It's negative.
Yeah, you don't like her. Okay, you start off not liking her. I don't. What's your point?
And you didn't have to, is the point. Like Andrew has, I think, laid out a really compelling argument. If you had just started with having Abby already start being fleshed out, seeing this entire new side of the Last of Us universe, getting her backstory, and then always wondering how is she going to play into Joel and Ellie's story, since clearly these are the main characters, how are they going to intersect? And then as more details are revealed about her being like the daughter, like all that, and then the decision ultimately gets made to kill Joel. Well, at this point, you're like, oh, I spent so much time with her. I've started to like her, and I really do kind of understand where she's coming from. Like, this decision is shocking, but man, I can almost really empathize with it. Like, at that point, you've already grown with that character.
Don't you feel like doing that kind of robs the player of any choice? Like, it's kind of cheap in that way. Like,
You don't have
because
choice
you have
in
a
The Last of
choice
Us.
currently where she just instantly
Well, no.
kills Joel.
The Last of Us
you
is
don't
a
have a
linear
choice, but
narrative
like
game,
you've given
Jackson. You don't have choice.
You've given them a character that you really like, and then she does something. She kills the guy that you love, and you're
Okay,
playing as her.
And
for
that's
that.
why
You
it's
led her to that-
emotionally
You led
impactful.
her to that point.
That's the whole point. That's
What do
why
you
it's
mean?
emotionally impactful.
What is this argument? It's not a choice-driven game. Do you have a choice on whether Ellie spares or kills Abby at the end, Jackson?
No, it's not. It's not a choice-driven game, but like you still guide the character to that point, and building the narrative
You
for that.
jump through decisions that somebody else made for you. The writers, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing. Maybe
changes.
choice is the wrong way of putting it, but like I would feel weird if I was playing a game and the narrative was like, all right, you should feel really good about this person. Like this character is great. You love playing as her, and then I do something just fucking disgustingly evil to someone that I had previously liked. I'd feel like that was cheap, personally.
I have a counterexample.
I am so confused because that is literally already what the game
Jackson.
is. That same thing happens and you're still playing as that person. The only difference is you have no idea why she's done it. You don't care. You just hate her because she started by doing
Jackson,
it. Nothing
yeah,
else
so
about
why
it.
why she did it is
I have
kind
a
of
counter
compelling.
example for that. Jackson, imagine, let's use your favorite thing in the world. Imagine you're watching Star Wars Episode 7.
Oh my god, I hate Star Wars. Please.
Spoilers for Star Wars Episode 7. Do you think people would grow as attached to Kylo Ren if the very first thing you saw him do was killing Han Solo? And then the rest of the movie was, well, here's why I killed Han Solo. No,
it is kind
the whole
of.
point is they build up to him. They have this drama of
the
everyone
last thing
going,
that happens is
oh,
Han
he's got
Solo's
good
death.
in him. He could
In
be
the
a good
first movie, but
Jedi.
then
He's
there's
our
2 movies
son,
after
etc.,
where we
etc.
deal-
And that's why it's a twist when at the end his father's like, son, it's time to come home. Stop fucking around. And he goes, I can't. I'm far gone. And he kills Han Solo. That's why it's a shocking moment that happens. But if it just happened in the beginning, you wouldn't care. You'd go, oh, well, the fucking, he's a dick and he's a dick forever. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a dick. He was a dick throughout the entire first movie, though, and the
Okay,
second.
I'm gonna
He's
try
always a
to,
dick.
for balance sake, I'll try to take Jackson's side, which I will not be able to do effectively because I remember not much from this movie. But how much of the
It's a
Abby
game.
hate do you guys think started from even before the game was released? Because I do remember that were all of those memes of like Neil Druckmann fucking Abby, and everyone saying, "Why is there a muscular woman in this game?"
So
I'm
to
sure
be
they probably
fair
had a
to
role to
that,
play.
To be fair to that, that probably did play into some degree,
Yeah.
but you got to remember the script was leaked before the game came
Yeah.
out.
Well, entire cutscenes were as
Entire cutscene, the entire script,
forgot about
everything. Yeah, that's mostly why people were hating on it. I still remember before the game even came out, people were making Abby Golf Club memes. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, sorry, Jackson.
All right, we opened a whole can of worms here. Wasn't this meant to be a nice ending?
Well, you were the one that had to like hop on the dumb side and say The Last of Us 2's narrative is like perfect or whatever. It's
I had
stupid.
to make my opinion known. Though.
So, do you guys think, again, spoiler alerts, but do you guys think the HBO show will have a scene of Abby bashing the shit out of Joel's skull
That's the
into a pulp?
that's the end season cliffhanger, yeah.
Season 2, 100%. Yeah, I can only
And then it
pray
just
that
gets
they
cancelled.
I can only pray they don't do it the same way they did in the game because I think that was
no,
just
I
not
hope they do.
effective.
Well, that's
I
a
really
good-
hope they do.
That's a really good question. If the show is this popular and this well received, what are they planning after they finish this game story? Do you think with all the backlash from 2, they're going to follow that or change it or do their own thing or what?
I'm certain they'll follow it, which I think is going to be a huge disservice. They have a chance to like really flesh it out a lot more and build in a better way, as opposed to just do.
I mean, they'll expand on it for sure. They
Yeah.
absolutely will expand on it.
I
as
hope
they've
they
done
get
with
rid of the
this
golf
first season.
club and Abby just Mike Tyson beats the shit out of Joel.
Plays little Mike
like a
Tyson
watermelon
NES
with
theme while
her
she's
fists.
wailing on him.
I am still just super shocked that you like the way The Last of Us 2 plays out, Jackson. You're usually on the side that's like, oh, this was just like out of nowhere shock for the sake of like a shock, which is exactly how I feel with the Abby killing Joel so early thing.
But it wasn't shock for the sake of